Hi, I'm Vicki Novak with CreatingMyIdeas.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make an artificial bonsai tree. I love the look of grapevine branches, and I found these online at bloomsandblossoms.com or bloomsandbranches.com. Blooms and Blossoms is my old store. Bloomsandbranches.com. They have lots of different branches, and these grapevine branches are gnarly looking. They have little knots and stuff, and they make great little bonsai trees. That was my idea anyways. And I'm going to show you how you can put them together. I have several examples here. I'm going to show you the basics of putting them together. It is a process. It's going to take you about an hour. Maybe when you start out, it might take you overnight if you need to fill in with some spray foam, but I will go by step. So you want to get a longer shallow container and a branch, and you kind of want a branch that has a little bit of a stump to it, so that you can put it inside your foam and give it a root so it'll hold still. But this one did not have that, so and it didn't hold when I first tried it. But this does have a hole down in the middle, like you could put a dowel rod in there and secure it into a base. So you take your container and you put silk floral foam and the other bricks of it. You want to use a long piece, fill it in, and then take this expanding spray foam. It expands. This, go around your edges of it so it fills in like this. If you can see that, I put floral foam in the middle and I shoved my branch down, and then I filled it in with the spraying insulation so it expands. This stuff is super hard and it's going to hold your tree in there. Then I went around the base with my glue gun a little bit, but don't get carried away, because wherever you put your glue gun, it's not going to hold anything you put in there. And I like to landscape these things. So the next thing you need is a Dremel drill. This here is how you're going to drill your holes. You want to drill, you have different branches. The more wicked your branches are, the better. Like this one here, I'm going to show you. This one here has several little branches on it, and I chose to, you want to use your tops of the branches as if it's growing, it's part of the tree. So you're going to drill holes in these areas here, lots of little holes, and cut your stems and leave longer ones and shorter ones as if it's actually growing out of this. So you want to start, I'm going to show you how to drill here. Turn on my Dremel. You're going to drill holes, kind of off, some of them off the side. You're going to hold this really still. Drill in like 1/8 of an inch. Pull it in and out. If it starts smoking, wood is burning, yeah. Then do some on the top. Do quite a few. You can change them. Don't let your smoke detector go off. That'll be funny. No, it won't. Drill your holes in. Make them kind of deep. The deeper your holes are, the better your branch is going to stay. It's going to be pretty secure there. So pull it out, go back in, and just keep drilling holes. Drill a whole bunch of them, and then go back and fill it in. And turn that off so I can talk. Okay. And then you want fast drying glue. And I found the best thing that works is these hot pots. They have wood chips. I'm burning my little smoke here, my ashes. I have a little hot pot here that has glue in it. They have glue chips, kind of like a hot melt glue gun, but it's different. These things dry much harder. This is what they use on silk plant trees. So you're going to take your stems. I've already started a few of these on here, as you can see. I have some branches from spring stems that they had at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and I cut these branches up and started poking them in. This glue is kind of old. I've had it sitting in there for a while. Poke the shorter ones in on the top, the longer ones at the bottom. You're going to use wire cutters again. Cut your pieces down. You don't want these to be real long, but you want to give yourself a piece. It's going to look like it actually grew like that. Now that one's kind of long, so I cut it down a little more. I give myself a wispy piece here, and I stick it into my glue, and I shove it in the lower pieces. And if you need to, you can take your glue gun and kind of fill in, although there should be enough on there. So whatever glue, whatever holds it. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's hot outside, and all of my bonsai trees are in my flower shop in my garage, so it's super hot out there. and everything is melting, so my hot pot's not in the best condition today. And it's so with my trees here. They've been hot outside, and the glue is kind of wilting on me. But these trees, I have to redo them. And I hear my cat out in the garage. She got locked out there. She likes to follow me around wherever I go. Stick these in here. So you're going to do this with several different areas and fill in the gaps. You cut them short, cut them long, kind of groom your branch as if it's growing that way. Think about how trees actually grow. They have long pieces and short ones. So, and then do that with several other ends here. Do it this piece here, that piece, this one. You don't have to do them all long, just make them look like they're growing out of here and there. Then you're going to, once you have those in place, I'm going to show you this one here. You can see that. This is like a little Ming pine, and I've got branches coming in here, off to the side, and I made these different lengths so it looks like it's actually growing out, okay, if you can see that. And then I've got a piece here, or this one here, you can see I've got little branches out here, top ones here, and I took some of these apart. Take your branches apart and use different parts of it. There's some of your stems, like these are all plastic and these are silk, you can use both. If you used a plastic one, you can use this in a terrarium for your lizards and stuff to grow on. These are pretty cool. You don't even have to put those in a container. So you can cut these off and make them short. Just use sections of them and glue them in here so you've got interest, like it's actually growing there. And then after you get all that done, you're going to take sheet moss. Sheet moss is going to be, you're going to cover up your whole form with sheet moss. And you can also take rocks. I like to add rocks and sheet moss and take different pieces of greenery and cut them and put them in here as if it's actually growing like that. You're going to landscape it just like you would your yard or something like that, your walkway. So you put rocks in at different places to your whole landscaping deal. Just like this one. This is an ivy one with branches. And I've got little greenery branches coming out of the rocks, different rocks in different areas. Now my sheet moss is dried out from being out in my garage. I need to redo it all, so it's not supposed to be brown. But if you live in a warm area, you can also mist the sheet moss to keep it green and nice and fresh, so it doesn't turn brown like this. So that's really cool. And I have another one here. This one I used eucalyptus branches, and I used a little Spanish moss in here too, at different places. I put the sheet moss down first and I glue it in, and then I put branches or little tiny pieces around the rocks. So landscaping it all. And you're going to fill in, so you can use different green. You can just fill and use your longer ones, and just, if you have to drill more holes, fill it in, glue it, fill it in, glue it. And if your branch has big gaps in it, cracks and stuff, you can also glue moss in the cracks. I've done that with quite a few and they turned out awesome. I sold those first. So. And then this is what you get. It's all pretty easy. It is a process, but it's pretty easy. Just drill holes and glue your greenery in and landscape it, and that's as simple as that. And they look lifelike. I've done these and taken them to art festivals, and I had so many people ask me, how do you take care of them? And they look a little closer and they said, wow, they look so real. Don't they? They're a piece of cake. Hope I inspired you to try this, and look me up online on my website or my blog, creatingmyideas.com, and I'm Vicki Novak. Bye!